Here, here are some hearings. Maybe they're heron hearings or heron earrings. But anyway, I'm going to put those over to the side, and I'm going to put my scissors up, and I'm going to straighten out some things over here on the edge. Just kind of push everything back. Things have gotten out of hand over here. I've been preparing cards, mainly, I can't say they're Christmas cards now. They have to be New Year's cards, because I doubt that a Christmas card would get to somebody on time by now. Today at 3:30, I have an unboxing. Yesterday's unboxing was from Nady Pie, and an enveloping, I believe, was from Chuck, Back Road Bitter. They went on auction last night, and I saw them just briefly before I passed out, because they go on late. Oh, look, it's a piece of candy. Surprise, surprise. I'm going to put that over here to make sure that I take it away from the table. I found a little teeny tiny telephone over here. And this reminds me of somebody. I know somebody that likes doll houses and miniature things. Let me see what else is in here. Oh, this is the owl. Oh, I guess you all might want to see this. This is Amber. So I'm going to put this back in here with the gold chain. It's actually got a label on it. Anyway, I'm not going to mess with that right now. I was going to put this down in there if there were duckies down in there, but the duckies are loose. The little teeny tiny duckies are loose. But this morning, I'm going to do an unboxing. Surprise, surprise. Okay, I'm going to move some things out of the way first, though. Let's move this over here. I'll move this glass back. Now, the box that I'm working with today, oh, it turned over the blue cup with all the pins in it. This is what I do before I do an unboxing, is I move things around like this fairy lamp that's precious. I move it so that it's not in danger of falling or being knocked over. I move all these things back. Oh, there's more pins here that fell out of the blue cup. Let me get the blue cup back. So I just kind of move things around. Oh, I don't think those were in the blue cup to start with. I had put them off to the side. Now they're all in the blue cup. And if things get knocked back, which sometimes they do, and we hear that fall, we will know. This is shorter, so it can go underneath that. So once I get done with the unboxing, my view is not all, it's still not cluttered if it would show. Okay, this beautiful mirror, I got this from Wendy, Wonder Woman. I'm going to put that right there. Let me see who all's in here this morning. Good morning, Tooch Man. I'm sorry I didn't stay for your wholesale. I was very, very tired. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I just stopped by for a little bit, and I didn't bid on anything, or did I? I may have bid on something. No, I didn't win anything, but I keep waiting for that, those things that match. And I may have missed something that matches what I have, because I had, I was just so tired. Yesterday, I did nothing. The day before that, I did all kinds of stuff. The day before that, it all unbelievable how tired I am, and I still am. So people don't realize during the holiday season that you know people get stressed and then are in a hurry. And I've started making some mistakes at home, so I don't want to be out and about when I'm this exhausted and tired. And especially during the holiday season when everybody out there is tooting their horns at you because they're all stressed and tired too. And here's another thing I do or try to do before my unboxings is remove or cover the label. And that label has an address on it, and it still has the adhesive on it. So I'm going to try to preserve it by putting it on the edge of the table, and I can peel it off a little later. Here is a little shipping label. And, somebody was talking about how you could, if you showed the QR codes, people could look up, the tracking information. The tracking information from QR codes, barcodes, and even if they would take like the tracking number, it doesn't give specific address. Now, it might give the route from wherever, whatever city, to Jacksonville. And these little codes all mean something too. But they do not give, that's like the route driver's address, not the person that's being sent to's address. And then also what I do before an unboxing is I get out the tool I'm going to use usually. And I always have, and I haven't done this a lot of when I do my unboxings, but I think about it because I like to have my Mark and Michael tape measure ready. I really need to have a magnet over here. I've got a magnet. When I used to do my unboxings in my bedroom, I had a magnet stuck to a lamp really close to me, and I would use it occasionally. I haven't done that in a long time. So I got the label off. I got my instrument ready, and this is where I would start the unboxing. Hello, this is Mari Lane from the Buying Space Channel. Today I'm doing an unboxing. So let me get my knife open, which I should have done 3 minutes ago, and start unboxing this box. Now this box is from Dawn at Dawn Southern Finds. Dawn lives in Louisiana. That's where she ships from. She has wonderful merchandise. She has a wide variety of items available for purchase. She, this past couple of years, has had to move from hurricane damage, and she has sold her inventory at really good prices. Her normal partner in crime is Teresa from Yarn Again. Look how well this is packed. Nothing in here is moving. And Teresa has had a rough couple of years too. She had, and her husband Scott has had to take everything out of their storage unit and put it in their living room. So she too has been selling everything at wonderful prices. I just need to get it out of here, kind of thing. So here we go. And what do I see? The first thing after I get this paper out of the way is I see this wonderful thank you note. Dawn is so wonderful about sending little thank you notes. Free gift. And it has Merry Christmas on it. Let's see. Let me move this back a little bit more. Not too far, though. And get this flap out of my way. Sorry about the time that this is taking. It is, my fingers are cold this morning. It is winter. There's something in here. Oh, look, it's a little penguin And it's a measuring tool. Oh, that's great. I can keep that handier than maybe I can a tape measure with small items. Wonderful. And here we have Merry Christmas. It's like a little book. Oh, it is. It's a little notebook. I can put my to-do list in here for Christmas. I don't know if it's big enough, Dawn. Just saying. I only have a few days left until Christmas Eve at this point, but Marty and I celebrate Christmas from December 23rd, which is Christmas Eve. Oh, there's something. You know, I'm going to take this back this way and pull this item out because you've seen it on camera that it was in there. Oh, that's heavy too. Nice and heavy. Here's another bubble wrap pack. All this paper's in here so tightly. I'm gonna look around the paper, make sure I'm not missing anything. Oh, wait a minute. Feel something in the bottom. Oh, it's just a smooth patch of paper. Okay. All the rest of this is paper. And you know what? I give away these boxes to people in the community. And this one, I think I can just, it's already got the label off of it. I just put the paper back in there that was already in there that I've taken out. And it's ready to go out the door. I like that. Okay. So we got 3 things bubble wrapped. All right. Let me see who else we have in here. Good morning, Bob. And Timmy, so glad you're here. So glad you're all here. And there's Landshark Picker, of course. He comes in every morning and sleeps in my chat. Timmy, I am going to read from 2 Timothy chapter 3. Definitely going to do that on Sunday. So here we have, I haven't recorded it yet. Oh, this looks adorable. Oh, wow. This feels like leather. Oh, how cute. Oh, look at this. This is perfect. This is perfect. Place for rings. I've got so much jewelry laying about. And I've got some little tiny earrings that I just discovered yesterday. I mean, I unboxed them before, but look at this little case. Isn't that awesome? There's a little wearing on the front. It is vintage. But right here where it comes together. But, you know, I think when the person gets this and opens it up, and they open it up, and it's full of jewelry, they're not going to care. They're not going to care about the little smudge in the front. I really don't. Because, you know, it's obviously vintage and it's awesome. All right. And here we have the second bubble wrap cluster. I call it a cluster. Oh, I'm so excited. I think I know what this is, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Oh! Oh! Oh, that's pretty. Let me look through the bubble wrap for a second. Okay, there's nothing else in the bubble wrap. Okay. Let me tack this shrink wrap. Wow, look at the detail on this. What century would you all say this church is from? I'm going to get scissors for this part. Look how beautiful. Look at the beautiful details on this. I'm going to put that over here. Oh, wow. Look inside. There's Mary, Joseph, and baby Jesus with a light behind them. And here's Mary. Oh, that is awesome. Just beautiful. And that was very, very historical. And I'm going to open something that's semi-modern and silly. I mean, it's not penguin silly, but it's silly. Let me see what is being said. Good morning, Tim. It's so nice to have you here. And I understand you'll be going to Michelle's at 7:30. I miss going to Michelle's at 7:30. I make it over there when I can. Michelle's on until 8:30, 9 o'clock. And usually I catch part of Michelle's devotional. I had to select this time slot because of other communities. Let's see. Happy Mind, Happy Life. How cute. Magnet sign. One set includes magnet board and 5 rubber magnets. Oh, and the board itself is magnetic. So I got 2 of these. So I'm going to open one. This is neat. I cut the knife on top of where the barcode is, the label. So that way I'm not cutting into the board to get this cellophane off. And you hang this up in your office or wherever. And you put magnets on it. I have to decide. I've got some things on my refrigerator. Let's see how magnetic it is. Okay, it did bounce off. I'm going to put this in the middle, in the very middle. I'm going to put these flowers around it and these smiley faces. You know, it just came to me. If you have family, this is great for a kid's room, but also if you have family that's in a nursing home and they always like their refrigerator magnets, you put something like this in their room. That is so neat. I don't have any other magnets around me right now. If I'd have remembered this, I would have gotten some more magnets. But this one, so at this point, I would tell everybody in the unboxing, have a wonderful and blessed day. And I did, before I said that, I should have said that Dawn invoices and ships professionally, and it's fun to be at her auctions, and it is. Her and Teresa are absolutely wonderful. Tooch Man, who's in the chat, auctions with them sometimes. Matter of fact, I've got a playlist called East Coast Resellers that I have Dawn and Teresa's unboxings under, and I put Toochman's unboxings there too. But Toochman auctions in all kinds of places. So, but I still put him in on the playlist for East Coast Resellers, unless I know otherwise. Like if I specifically know that I bought everything in his box from him at, say, at a Hump Day auction, then I'll put it under Hump Day auctions. But I really like this, and this is just absolutely gorgeous. Thank you so much, Dawn, if you ever watch this. You all have a wonderful and blessed day. But I'm not saying goodbye. I'm just saying that to say what I normally would say in an unboxing. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to see who all has come in. Thank you, Tim, so much. I have 8 in the house and 5 thumbs up. That's kind of, since I'm a beginner at this and I don't have a huge established audience yet, I'm happy with that. And I appreciate everybody that came in and everybody gave a thumbs up. Today at 3:30, I have an unboxing. And then I have a video coming out this evening and tomorrow evening. And then the one on Saturday evening is about, I'm going to go ahead and put this paper in this box, back in this box while I talk to you guys. The one Saturday evening is going to be about tools people can use to tell others about the gospel. And I started with a letter I got in the mail. Let me see if I can show you guys. I did this as friend mail. I got this letter as friend mail. And I talked about it a little when I opened it up. But then I recorded me reading the whole thing and talking about how the message came across to me. And I'm going to do another video about that letter too. So, and then I'm going to cover like the Romans Road and other things. They are wonderful ladies too. They have brought me great joy. Not as much as the Bible, but they are good friends, and I get things from them. I can appreciate this, and this can be used for a Bible reading. I can use this during Christmas, which for me is December 23rd to January 6th. I don't think I finished saying that a while ago, but we celebrate the 12 days of Christmas as the church liturgy does, and it starts December 24th, or December 25th, actually, and goes for 12 days, the 12 days after Christmas Day. And that's how we celebrate Christmas. And we've been doing that for a couple of decades now. We don't have a Christmas tree anymore. We have a nativity. And this year we're going to have the nativity candle that's over there that I bought from Pee Wee. And that's how we do things. But after I get done covering that letter, I'm going to start talking about the Roman roads. Now, Michelle, who Timmy mentioned in the chat, she's probably already headed over that way to devotional. Some of the versions, different versions of the Roman roads. Good morning, Johnny. Look at this wonderful church I got from Dawn Southern Finds. Look at this. Good morning, Angie. But Michelle has been talking about different versions of the Roman roads. which is a group of verses in Romans that helps you share with people how to become saved. And there are different versions of it. Some of that included verses from John, and there's one that concludes with a verse from Revelation. So I'll be going through those. And then Saturday morning, I'm reading the Psalms. I think this Saturday is Psalms 137, which is a very dramatic and draconic psalm. It's one of the darkest ones I've read. But then Sunday morning, I'm doing my adult Bible studies. And this week, I took a vote on what passages people wanted read. So that was the first time I'd done that. All right, see you later, Timmy. And then Sunday night, I'm reading from the Torah. And I'm finishing up Exodus. And I don't know if I'm going to go into Leviticus straight through like I did Genesis and Exodus. So that's going to be changed up in what I'm doing. And I have, let me see if I can reach it. I have something over here. Oh, please, Lord, let me be able to reach it. Oh, it's way back in the corner back there. I don't even know if I can show it to you all. It's surrounded by owls. This might be a problem, but I'm going to get it out. Hello, Little Lone Prepper. Good morning. Okay, there's no way I can get over there and get that. So right now. So I'm going to get that out. And what it is, it's a menorah that I bought from Toochman. And what I'm going to do is the Sunday, this year, and this only happens once every 30 years. The Hanukkah starts on December 25th. So we have Hanukkah and Christmas happening at the same time. And that is every 30 years. I remember one year, Hanukkah was so early in December that the first night of Hanukkah, or was it the last night of Hanukkah, was on December 6th, which is also St. Nicholas Day, which is also my birthday. But Hanukkah started or ended on my birthday. And I think it might have ended because I went to a service at the synagogue. Now, this was when I was an atheist and Marty was a young child. And we went to dinner at the Jewish synagogue for Hanukkah. And the reason I did that was because I'm not Jewish, never been Jewish. I appreciate the Jewish people and they're God's chosen people. But I was teaching Marty about Hanukkah. I was teaching Marty the difference, the history of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And I was teaching Marty about Ishmael. And I was teaching Marty about Esau. And I taught Marty the difference between the Shiite Muslims and the Sunni Muslims and what the difference was between the Christians and the Jews and the Muslims. When Marty was like in preschool, and it was so cute when Marty started learning all this, we put up the Christmas tree that year. We had a Christmas tree that year. And Marty wanted to get a menorah Christmas ornament and put it on the tree. I'm like, Marty, there's no such thing as a menorah Christmas ornament because if you celebrate Christmas, you don't also celebrate Hanukkah. But that's not completely true. I did, you know how you simplify things to children, but I'm sure there are families out there that are blended religiously that do have this past year myself observing the Jewish holidays, or at least consuming information, not necessarily, I've also gotten some Jewish food this year, but I've not had like a Jewish ceremony. I did that one year when Marty was in grade school. We had the Seder, the Passover Seder, and I bought a plate and I put the different foods that they would have. So I've had meals in the past, prepared meals for different cultural holidays. We had a Kwanzaa celebration one year for one night, starting in December 26th, I believe is when Kwanzaa starts. I don't know if Kwanzaa is celebrated in popularity anymore. I have not heard anything about it in quite a few years, but that doesn't mean it's still not happening. But I don't hear people say, when they say Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, and maybe a couple other holidays. People include Ramadan in that still, and that's completely inaccurate because Ramadan is one of those things that moves around too. And I think they had Ramadan in like October of this year. So I never put Ramadan. If I'm doing that, if I'm listing the holidays, I do include Kwanzaa still, even though I've not seen it. People celebrating it or videos on it, or, I've not even seen it like on the news. So I haven't been including it. Maybe I should. But I'll definitely say Merry Christmas. I definitely say Happy Holidays. I definitely say Happy Hanukkah. But this Sunday, not this Sunday, next Sunday, I'm completely done with Exodus, and I think I'm going to light the Hanukkah candles for my Torah reading. And I'm going to read a little passage from the Torah, but also I'm going to read from the Maccabees, which is in the Apocrypha. For those of you that are familiar with the books of the Bible that were removed from the Bible in 328 AD, I believe that's the date, the Council of Nicaea chose to remove books of the Bible, and for various reasons. And before that, it was considered part of the Bible. But the Catholic Church still has that intertestament or apocryphal books in there. Not all of the apocryphal books are in the intertestament of the Catholic Bible, but some of them are. And the Maccabees are in there. That includes the history of why Hanukkah is celebrated. And all that happened. Good morning, Skeeter. It's so good to have you in here. Good morning, it's me, Angie. So good to have you here too. Skeeter is with the fishing community, and Angie is with the reseller community. But I'm just kind of all excited about Hanukkah, because if that's Sunday after I was done with Exodus is the 5th day of Hanukkah, the next Sunday. I mean, we're already into it. I'm not going to light the Hanukkah candles every night, but when that Torah reading would normally have fallen, and the fact that I'm done with Exodus, I'm going to read the passage in the Torah that's normally read on Hanukkah, and I'm going to read some of the history of why we have Hanukkah from the Maccabees. And it was interesting to me that all of this happened, this intertestament happened. The 400 years between Malachi and Matthew is when these books were written. And that means that Jesus Christ celebrated Hanukkah too. I had always talked about the 3 feasts that were required that the Jewish people come to Jerusalem. Well, actually, in Jesus's time, there were 4, which included Hanukkah. So I don't know if they were mandated to come to Jerusalem during Hanukkah. It was the winter festival, or if people just did. My goodness, I'm having circulation problems in my hands. You can see my fingertips are redder than the rest of my hands. And I usually do, if I do a diabetic spotlight, it's usually about my feet. They're clean. Of course, the fingernail polish needs to be redone and was put on rather sloppily. I'm not an expert on nails. I've never gotten into it. I do it for cleanliness and keep my cuticles healthy, but more so than for the camera. I would be doing it even if I didn't have a YouTube channel. But somebody told me I needed to wear gloves. I'm like, there are not going to be any gloves involved in this channel. I am what I am. You see what you see, and that's the way it is. Because I don't think we should hide from our health conditions or aging or try to appear fake in any way. I know people, I saw a video the other day of a friend of mine from high school, and well, she had on the skinny dress and she was dancing and she was in high heels that I wouldn't have worn in my 20s. And, you know, just acting like she was in her 20s. And, I know she's had plastic surgery. I don't, her whole life, or a lot of it, is probably consumed by her wanting to remain youthful. And I just don't feel the need to do that. I know commercialism leads people to do that. Oh, if you don't buy this product, your teeth aren't going to be acceptable. And, all of this stuff about appearance and all this consumer driven culture that we live in, I just don't get it. I would rather be surrounded by things that are neat, that I enjoy, that have other meaning, that aren't just about appearance and materialism. Although this is a materialistic object, and I do have tons of materialism around me, but it's about bringing joy to others and having meaning, and it's not about, I don't know, just being the queen bee. I don't know how else to put it, but and it's okay. I mean, she can do her, I'll do me, kind of thing. She did make me smile to see her dancing around like that, but just like, oh wow, how much money did you spend on your body to get it to look that way, And I can't see that. I bought some eye patches the other day from Wendy Wonder Woman, and I think we need to look decent, but I don't think I need to look like I'm 20. I don't. But there's a lot of talk about that. Okay, Craig is awake. Craig never wears high heels. Good to know. Sometimes we were wondering, I have big feet and I go shoe shopping, and it's so weird. When I get to, I usually look in size 10 first, but I need a wide. So I have big feet. No surprise. Big woman, big feet. So I get to size 11 looking for the wider shoe. And all of a sudden, let me show you. I get shoes that look like this. They're completely glittered up, colors and rainbows. And it's just like, oh, okay. And so the size 11 and 12, go look. Next time you go to a store that has ladies' shoes or is a shoe store, go look at size 11 and up shoes in the ladies section. You're going to find a lot of glitter. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just amusing to me. And one day I might buy a pair of those glitter shoes. I don't know. Most of them have the heels, though, that I was talking about my friend was wearing, that are like this, that are higher. That were just, thin at the bottom. Like, if you stepped on the ground, they would sink in the dirt, kind of thin. Actually, I dated this guy in college, and he cheated on me, and he went with this other woman, and she was very rich. Of course, his family was rich too, but him and my cousin, who was his friend, took her up to this hollow in West Virginia. And that very thing happened. She had heels on, this big, and she couldn't walk because it was dirt. She was out in the woods up a hollow. She was having to pull her heels out of the dirt every time she took a step. And the other heel was sinking in the dirt as she was doing it. Oh, fun times. But anyway, that was a short-lived relationship. And then he came crawling back to me, and I said, no, let's just be friends. And we were. We're still good friends after that. But, and that's unusual that, you can recover and be friends after something like that. But we had a lot of fun together. And I didn't have any problems getting to the potato shed. I could walk on dirt. I miss the days of the potato shed. Actually, they were both musicians, and they created this song for me that my husband later recorded over. He said it was an accident, but anyway, they wrote a song for me. I was a letter carrier when I was younger, and I had a lot of problems with a coworker. And to be fair, everyone had a problem with this woman unless they were married to her, and she was married 7 times. So, there are certain men that got along with her really, really well. But most of everybody else had issues with her, including me. And she was the head clerk at the post office I worked at, and I was letter carrier. Well, anyway, my 2 friends that were musicians, one was an ex, but they wrote a song for me in the potato shed. A lot of good music happened in the potato shed, let me tell you. And it was called Hell's Post Office. And I had that recording for like 10 years, and then my husband recorded over it because he saw how much pleasure it gave me to listen to that music. And, he was in kind of a jealous phase, even though these people were not around me anymore. You ever see somebody jealous of a memory? It was just weird. And I want to give a shout out at this time to Marky and Gwendolyn, and they have the channel Good Morning Scarlet. They're in New Zealand, and they have a channel called Retroactive Jealousy. And the Retroactive Jealousy is Marky mainly. Gwendolyn helps him, and they do videos together sometimes, but it's mainly him talking about how people get, you ever meet that woman that if her husband walks to the grocery store and he takes an extra 3 minutes, by the time he gets home, she's like convinced that he met with another woman and is having an affair. That's retroactive jealousy, where a person's jealous out of nothing logical. It's just emotional, or it's, from things that have happened in the past. Maybe they've had a relationship where they were cheated on. And so that's their automatic go-to. If anything is out of place, if the person's late for 5 minutes, or they go out with their buddies, or, all of these other things, all of a sudden it's because they're sleeping with someone else. Now, sometimes when those things happen, the person is really sleeping with someone else. So that's not retroactive jealousy. Retroactive jealousy is when the person thinks all the time that the other person is cheating, and they may not be. But it's also like how do I say this? I knew a family that this happened to, and she was a patron of the arts, or she gave a church to the community, and she was just an outstanding person. And then the second wife is not the mother of his children, and is just kind of a plain Jane, or just an ordinary person. The family and the man still idolize that first wife. And so she's all the time competing with the dead woman. And in that case, she develops this jealousy towards someone that's not even still alive. And sometimes men and women both will take upon themselves to worship a celebrity. Like, I never was into Elvis. I have a cousin who's an Elvis impersonator, and I kind of got sick of Elvis as a child. But there were women in my generation that just kind of worshipped Elvis. I mean, more than they did Jesus Christ, I'm telling you. And they would have posters and books and want to go to concerts. And they would do this, they would put Elvis as more of a priority in their life than they would their supposed soulmate, uh, or their husband or their boyfriend. And guys do that with cars. So you could have retroactive jealousy over something that's, like I would call it idolatry of a superstar or an object or even a hobby like fishing. Of course, there are legitimate complaints, or motorcycling or anything else. There are legitimate complaints by spouses that, you know, what about me? I mean, I know you want to take that motorcycle trip, but what about a family vacation? So when people have their priorities not in the proper place, it's easy to become jealous of that hobby or that superstar or that motorcycle or car or hobby, whatever it is that the other person is giving all their attention to. But it's particularly bad when it's a late spouse or the girlfriend that got away or the boyfriend that got away earlier in their life. I don't know why I'm losing my voice. But anyway, I prattle on and on. But the Marky's channel of Retroactive Jealousy explores all that. He also is on the autism spectrum disorder, and Marty is on the autism spectrum disorder. So I listen to a lot of what he says because he has the same perspective as my child in a lot of things. Of course, how he looks at things is a little different than how Marty looks at things. But he's also studied psychology, and he's a licensed therapist, and they're in New Zealand. And he shows the New Zealand beach and the mountains, and I find it very fascinating to look at the scenery, as well as to listen to him talk about retroactive jealousy and autism. And, I've seen a lot of messed up romantic situations in my life. So, I kind of relate to what he says because, like, oh, I remember that couple. That really was messed up. And now I'm learning, the psychological mechanisms of what was happening with those people. And it's kind of interesting to listen to. And he also relates it to modern entertainment. But I'm near my time, and I want to thank everyone for being here. I appreciate you all. And thank you for watching this wonderful unboxing from Dawn at Dawn Southern Finds. You all have a wonderful and blessed day.